plenty of things that we have been doing with that. You know, those are newspapers from Mexico. We have a bunch of them.
Oh, that's awesome. What part of Mexico did you just drive? Cruise around or everywhere?
I was for a year going around in Baja California and now in Chihuahua.
In north or south?
Only north, because was when I started experience, you know, this thing. So then when I knew how it's going to be the response and stuff, then I started the trip actually, and I just came back from Chihuahua, that is like 300 kilometers down from Texas. There we are building our first shelter for 100 kids. Yes,
cool.
And now we're going to be one more year in Mexico and then jump to Cuba and then the rest 20 more countries in Latin America.
So he's already met with Ozzy, and they're going to be getting together to have Ozzy interviewed for his upcoming video.
Yes, we're going to release the video in many languages, showing how to do yourself, suggesting to go and get the book so they do it with every safety precaution.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very important.
Did you say something about there being some kind of media coverage already set up for your video?
Yes, we have in 2 weeks we're going to be in CNN and in all the Latino channels.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. We want to encourage people to go and Water4Gas and get their book, okay, so they don't screw up, and also to give an energy to this guy that was nice enough to release a very precious thing, you know, that it will help.
Knowledge is so precious.
Yes, it's a precious thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what it's about, teaching, and people need guys out there to help them, you know, direct them where to get their own kit, how to do it themselves, just to learn about that it even exists.
Yes, that's good enough already, you know, for them to be able to start searching more and spread the word, you know, of what is this about, because it would be a big difference if we could hit it worldwide, you know.
When it comes to cleaning up the air on this planet, it's up to us only. Nobody else is going to do it. Nobody else.
There's no money in cleaning up the planet. There's only money in wrecking it.
Exactly.
that's the way the corporate think. That's the thing that we have to change.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
Totally agree with that. In China, it's incredible how black is there, you know, because it's...
Oh, really?
Yes, it's so tense. I think China has one of the biggest black holes.
I guess we'll see it at the Olympics, huh?
Yeah. They're gonna stop cities and everything for the Olympics.
Yeah.
Because you almost cannot breathe. You go outside to run the bicycle. I was there almost 2 years. You go outside to ride the bicycle in some of the cities and you need to wear a mask.
Yeah.
Or you stop pedaling in a few blocks.
See, that's what happens in a totalitarian, oppressive environment.
Yeah.
They wreck everything.
Yes.
Eventually, they wreck themselves.
I hope that the government let us do it. You know, it's pretty difficult to deal with things in a communism. You know, like we was trying to help some farm schools and they didn't allow us. They say, okay, you only can help whatever we allowed you to do, and if you're gonna show it on TV, it has to be something that is not so damaged. You can help to fix a few leaks from the roof of one school in the city, but you cannot go and build a school in the park. Okay, so things that we should start doing right away.
Yeah. Everyone has to be responsible for the space they walk in and live in every day.
Actually, you know, we always live into the bubble. I always say that everybody lives in their own bubble, that if we are extremely nice, we're going to give a lot of love to our family, maximum friends, and that's it, you know, but we are surrounded with everything we need to make this planet a better place for it to be. Okay,
it's even crazy just the fact that we live in these little boxes, you know, and then we stay in these little boxes, you know, from one house to another, you know.
Park the car next to the door.
Yeah.
Not talking to anyone.
Yeah,
you know?
it's crazy.
When man came to this planet, everything we needed was here for us already, perfectly in place for the taking. The knowledge, the things, everything, the air we breathe, the water we drink, it was all here for us. And so it's about kind of going backwards and looking at what we did, trying to look for what wasn't good enough for us, or what we got clean on, or what we needed, but we, you know, something else for it, and get back to looking at what was here for us to begin with.
What I always say is that it's pretty cool that we realize the lifestyle that we have today, you know, is even lower than the floor itself, you know. And also, I always say it's pretty cool to reinvent ourselves all the time.
Right.
You know, to do like
I like that. That's why I came out to LA.
Inventory.
Yeah.
Or of our own. You know how much we are putting in this lifetime. You know.
You don't have to live in LA or New York City or some big metropolis place to reinvent yourself.
No,
Yeah.
Of course, you can do it everywhere. That's why we want to present the awareness.
Actually, in terms of having everything here, the very first vehicle that was ever invented, the very first automobile, was 1807. It was made out of wood and it ran on hydrogen. It was 70 years before the invention of gasoline, and it ran on hydrogen. So people say you can't make a hydrogen engine. The very first mobile engine was hydrogen.
200 years later, and we're still here.
Yeah, right. And 100 years after the Model T Ford, we're getting 40% worse gas mileage than we did 100 years ago.
Wake up!
You heard of it.